Welcome to another episode of OmniBricks. So in this episode we're taking a look at my Knights Kingdom 2 minifigure collection. So this theme came out in 2004 and there were a total of 3 themes altogether. It was a pretty colorful theme, that's for sure, for Castle. Especially the sets here, they were also pretty colorful, and most of them were regular system sets, but they also had construction sets also available, so that was pretty cool. Everything took place in the land of Morcia, and so there's a pretty robust backstory to these sets and minifigures. So these are the good guys here, and they're all led by King Matthias, and he was lucky to get a pretty cool horse barding here that came with this cavalry build, and all kinds of awesome flags and stuff could be added to it too. First knight we're going to look at is Sir Santus. He had a bear on his shield and he had super strength as his ability. Then there was Sir Danjo, and he had a wolf on his shield, and he was pretty much a wise combat expert as depicted here. And then the next knight was Sir Jaco. He had a hawk on his shield, and so he had super speed, which is quite fitting. And then the last one was Sir Ascus. He had a monkey on his shield, and he had acrobatic abilities to him. So each minifigure had their own face printing, which was pretty cool. And the bad guys were the Shadow Knights, and they were signified with the scorpion on their printing. And the leader was Lord Wladek, and he had a lightning attack, which he was able to do because of his magic sword. And he also got his own exclusive horse barding, and so he looks pretty cool on his steed, that's for sure. And then there was also his minions, and then there was also the guardian of the citadel of Orlan, and that's where the knights had to go to get this special orb to protect themselves from Lord Wladek's attacks. And there were also these figures from the chess set that came out later on, and they were pretty much just repurposed parts, it seems, because they didn't have any exclusive printing. This first wave introduced a lot of exclusive molds, including these helmets here, and also these swords, which they used also in the Vikings at the time. And these shields were pretty cool designs, that's for sure, and also all the other cool banners. And so in wave 2 the king remained exactly the same, but the knights and Lord Wladek got a nice upgrade. They used the same animals on their shields and bodywear as before. They have more printing variety this time, with more colors being used, and just it looks a little bit more realistic compared to the previous theme. You could see the improvements, that's for sure. And the Shadow Knights, they got a nice upgrade this time with the additional body armor. And the swords were replaced with more realistic colors. And the head printing pretty much stayed exactly the same. The helmets were using the same molds as before, but they changed up the helmet pieces that they were attached to. So it was a pretty good improvement in wave 2. So in wave 3 they've drastically changed the character lineup for this wave. They've reduced the amount of knights and also switched the king out for a brand new character. And so it's definitely more realistic looking in coloring. And this king is actually Jaco from the previous wave. He was just crowned the new prince by King Matthias. And here he is compared to his younger version. His knights are now Sir Adric, and he has a bull on his shield. And Sir Kentus, who has an armored horse. They use the same mold with the helmets, just a different type of plastic. There was also a Hero Knight here, and he was just used as a background character, just to swell up the ranks of the good guys. Lord Wladek, he has no Shadow Knights in this theme. He just has a couple of new characters though. And this is my favorite version of Lord Wladek, that's for sure. He looks the best, I think, from the 3 waves. And so he had this bad guy with him, Karzon, his name was, and also Dracus. He was a Rogue Knight. So it looks like a pretty menacing team, that's for sure. So that was a look at my Knights Kingdom 2 minifigure collection. It's a pretty cool theme in my opinion. Lots of cool exclusive molds and printing. Anyways, thanks for watching OmniBricks. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. More videos are on the way. Catch you next time.